Now Mayfield on fourth, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Over.
Mayfield on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Forced out. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from Cleveland after this. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third and long for Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Fourth down, Mayfield. They'll buy nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw is Prescott, and his throw here is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Prescott to throw it, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 26.
First down, Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go. 26. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Von Miller. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And his kick in. A little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Mayfield now on second down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing.
Foul, face mask, defense.
Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
And Crosby puts it through. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in U.S. Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Mitchell Trubisky has thrown a touchdown pass there. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Sterling Shepard, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Flush to his right. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. They run the counter. Adams. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, that's Adams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. On first down, Adams. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Mayfield off the play fake. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. It's like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Prescott yet again. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face
Automatic
mask.
first down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's brought in by Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Demetrius Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Beckham. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That's Njoku over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Gone, 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 gone. Gone, 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 gone.
A first down throw from Mayfield, escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Going to the air again with Mayfield. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. The quick slant caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He can run for it, and he will. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They go that way again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Defense.
Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty.